Welcome to Lesson 10. Today we are tackling multi-level dependent dropdowns. Look closely at our data structure in columns F through I in our sample data in Table AC. Every entry links a department, region, project, and cost center. If you enter these manually, errors happen constantly. For instance, marketing doesn't work with Project Gamma in the South region. Without dependent dropdowns, you would have to constantly cross-check tables. Instead, we are going to turn cell range B5, B8 into a controlled, cascading input form where invalid options automatically vanish. To drive this behavior, we need dynamic helper lists, which we have set up here in columns I through L for visibility. In production models, these helper lists usually live on a dedicated setup or backend sheet. Because data validation cannot directly evaluate dynamic array formulas like unique or filter, we use cells I4, J4, K4, and L4 to generate spill ranges. These spill ranges will serve as the exact source for our dropdowns. Let's build the first level. In cell I4, we write a simple unique formula targeting the department column. To turn this into our first dropdown, select cell B5, go to Data and Data Validation, choose List, and type equals I4 hash. The hash symbol is a spill range operator which tells Excel to capture the entire dynamic spill range. Click the dropdown in B5, and you will see only valid departments. Now for level 2, the region list in J4. This uses a filter formula tied to the department chosen in B5. Watch J4 update automatically when B5 changes. Next, select B6, open Data Validation, choose List, and input equals J4 hash. Now, your region choices adapt dynamically based entirely on your department selection. Level 3 is the project list in K4. Here, our filter formula checks two conditions simultaneously, the selected department and the selected region. Once configured, select cell B7, set data validation to list, and use equals K4 hash. This showcases the true power of multiple condition filtering. Incompatible projects are cleanly filtered out. Finally, level 4, the cost center list in L4. This formula evaluates all three previous choices, department, region, and project. Select cell B8, link it to equals L4 hash, and your entire 4-tier cascade is complete. Every single choice dynamically refines the next layer down. Columns D to G act as our master mapping table, outlining all permissible combinations derived from our core dataset. While the drop-down formulas don't point directly to every row here, keeping this reference visible helps audit your logic and troubleshoot why a particular drop-down might return empty if a combination doesn't exist. Now, let's tie it all together in the results cell, B9, using a combination of let, match, choose, and sum, if, s. The let function organizes our variables cleanly, match evaluates whether debit or credit is active, choose switches the metric context, and sum, if s aggregates the data based on all four dependent drop-down selections. Change any drop-down, and the total updates instantly. Take a look at cell B4, our metric field. This lets users instantly switch between debit and credit views. It's a standard drop-down, but it serves as a master switch to alter our final calculations without rewriting formulas. You have successfully built an advanced, multi-level dependent drop-down reporting tool. You have mastered spill ranges, multi-condition filter functions, and combining data validation with robust summary formulas. You have learned how to build error-free input data area with dependent drop-downs. Download the sample workbook to practice, and let me know if you have questions. Subscribe now and follow the whole video series until lesson 50.